pilot, according to the British paper, was having an affair. His wife had found out about the affair. When his wife found out about the affair, his girlfriend decided to leave him. However, so did his wife. And his wife was about to move out and take the kids with her. And the last phone call that the pilot got was from an unidentified female, and it was while he was in the cockpit. So we don't know if that was from his wife or from the girlfriend, assuming that the story is at all true. And presumably he was distraught and decided to do away with himself. But somehow we have to convince pilots. We've had 2 pilots do this, assuming that the story is correct. One was an Egyptian pilot who did this with an entire flight full of passengers roughly 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And now we have another, of all things, secular, modernist Muslim pilot doing the same thing. And we have to somehow make sure that these people, if they want to take their lives, do it privately by themselves and do not take other people down with them. How we will do that, I do not know, because how we will spot these potentials for suicide is very hard to say.
My question is, in that scenario, is why didn't the co-pilot try and take over or take control of the aircraft away from the pilot?
That's a very good question. And it's also a very good question about why the communications equipment was so very deliberately and very expertly shut down. But these are things we probably won't know, even if we do find the plane. The black box, if there's a recorder in the cockpit and it's got the last minutes, maybe we'll be able to tell. But with a plane, you've got 2 things that can go wrong. The plane can have a mechanical problem, or the pilot can have an emotional and mental problem. And the emotional and mental problem can be as dangerous to the passengers, we're discovering, as the mechanical problems with the plane itself.
Do you think by having live streaming in the cockpit back to their companies or to air traffic control would be a good thing?
I think it would be a very good thing, although who could keep track of all of these live streams?
Exactly.
But if it's recorded, you can always roll it back and see what's going on. So that would be a good idea. Having video cameras on policemen so that every arrest is videoed, so that there is a record if there's any police brutality, and the police, in fact, are inhibited from doing things in a brutal manner. That's a good idea. There are lots of areas where surveillance could be disturbing to us, but there are some areas where it can be extremely useful.
Well, you know, Howard, my old saying has been and will always be, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. With that, my friend, you and I have to say so long for tonight. Howard, take care of yourself. I look forward to the next time you and I meet here in the X Zone. And wherever you travel, be safe, my friend.
Well, you are a pleasure.
You take care, my good friend. X Zone Nation, the one and only Howard Bloom has been my guest this hour. www.howardbloom.net, and he is the author of The Muhammad Code. It's available at Amazon.com in e-format. I'll be back on the other side of this commercial break with the news at 6.5 minutes past the top of the hour as we continue here in the X Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell. Don't go away.